Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for tuning in bright and early. We're here a little ahead of schedule. Of course, the Today Show is going to have the Macy's Day Parade after the Today Show, so we thought we'd be here a little early. I'm just hungry looking at this graphic, so I have my phone on. So if you want to give a shout out, if you're traveling, if you're visiting in our area or traveling somewhere, I'll have more on the travel forecast. So I'm going to spend a few minutes with you because we've already concluded 14 News Sunrise. I know a few folks are sleeping in today, so I'm going to go right to the forecast. If you're heading out to the Turkey Day 5K, which gets started here just at 8 o'clock, it is brisk out there for that. So I'm not going to hide the forecast from you. A few clouds out here early. We've had some mid-level clouds. I'll take this full. We've had some cool-looking mid-level clouds out there, some altocumulus and stratus clouds out there, but they're thinning out pretty quickly. So for Thanksgiving Day, the winds will be down a little bit. Lenny, thank you for the happy Thanksgiving. Elizabeth, good morning to you. So generally it will be less breezy, but still breezy. And now if you're doing any traveling, I want to bring you up to date on a winter storm watch. Taking a look at this, we're going to bring this full. I'll beam myself back on. So if you're traveling, you're fine today, you're fine tonight, and then tomorrow night a winter storm watch kicks in for Chicago, Milwaukee, most all the 99 counties there in Iowa. A line from St. Louis, it kind of follows, I think the advisory follows Interstate 70. I think I've had this map, I can tighten it up just a bit. Generally Friday night and then into Sunday. Now it's more than just a dusting. Some of these areas could see 3 up to 5 inches of snow. Some higher amounts does include Valpo, LaPorte, areas there in northwest Indiana to about South Bend. So if you're traveling there on 41, so just keep that in mind. Kicks in Friday night and we'll go into Winter Storm Watch Sunday until 6. Might go a little bit longer for areas up to the north. Doesn't include any counties across our area, but a close call for some of our northern tiered counties based on what we're looking at. Heading out to EVV, the travel forecast, all green, green jets, no weather delays, so you're good there. Generally clearing skies right now. We had a bank of clouds in earlier. Atlanta, you're good to go at 41. You have a 34 there in Buffalo. So all of our connections, Dallas currently at 48. And I mentioned O'Hare, you're currently at 29. And they had winds there at 29 miles an hour up there at O'Hare. Drew, too early yet. I'll get to Tuesday in a moment, but we do have some potential for some winter weather as we go into next week. But we'll take a look. And we're going to go into the future. Look at that. We've warded off the clouds very nicely. And I think we make a stop. Look at the penguins out at Mesker Park Zoo. That's cool to look at. That's the most penguin, more than you would see in the month of July. All right, let's bring it back to Doppler radar. Drew mentioned some snow. We do have some snow potential as we go to next week. Our first system will cycle through on Saturday. So on the board, if you're traveling, a few flurries up towards Fort Wayne. A little disturbance, a little shortwave, looks like to be into Nebraska there. And you're getting some solid snow up in northern Michigan, Cadillac, Traverse City, Marquette. Lake effect snows, pretty typical. And if you're traveling, Seattle, Tacoma, Portland, it's rain. And then in the Cascades, that snow up there at Mount Rainier, Mount Hood, down into right along the Columbia there, up through the Cascades. They're seeing some snow and into Yakima, Washington. Let's run down our current temps. We're at 32. I'll grab these full again. 32 in Evansville now, 34 in Henderson, 31 in Jasper and Huntingburg. And if you're heading out to the Turkey Day 5K, you got those wind chills that have dropped into the 20s overall. So a little bite in the air out there. Joey, Jason, good morning to you. So if you're traveling from somewhere or visiting our area, I want to give you, I'll give you a shout out. And our wind potential is down today. It's still up there. We'll be, I call that brisk. Winds generally at 15 to 20 as you go through today. We go into the future. This is Climate Prediction Center from NOAA. Of course, meteorological winter kicks off on the 1st up through the 10th. We're trending below normal across a good chunk of the area. So that is the trend. Sometimes when you have these pattern changes, remember early in November, we had some cold air and then it warmed up again, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. All right, let's take a look at the next 12 hours, kind of into the upper 30s. What's kind of cool about this, we've had literally a dearth of sunshine the past few weeks. We're going to see generally a full plate of sunshine and then an extra helping on Friday. So we're clearing skies out, becoming sunny, highs at 39. Tonight, clear, colder, disconnect those. I think a lot of you, maybe you reconnected them when we warmed up just a bit. We'll be into the 20s. And then tomorrow, less breezy for all the shoppers. So let's go forward. I'm using the in-house graph model here. This takes us to 2:30. Winds will be northwesterly during that time frame. And this takes us into Thursday night. Friday, winds out of the northwest. High pressure controls our weather. And then a few clouds will start to thicken up on Friday night. So again, if you're heading out up to Chicago on the roadways on Saturday, you're going to run into that winter storm watch. All right, this takes us into Saturday afternoon. So generally on Saturday, I'm just going to grab this full for a second. The air and ground temperatures will be above freezing. The areas there in blue indicate some snow, potentially some sleet out there during that stretch. All right, let's go forward on Saturday. High temperatures are scheduled to be generally into the upper 30s, but see as you go up to the north of Interstate 64, kind of a wet type of snow. Then Saturday night, everybody sees rain. So it's not going to be the nicest of Saturdays. And if we see any accumulation, it would be Princeton, you get up towards Vincennes, Lawrenceville, Jasper, on some of the grassy surfaces. For right now, it's not an alert day. The winter storm watch is to our north and west. I'm most concerned about the second system on Tuesday, because once the first system clears on Saturday into Sunday morning, the cold air is going to be locked in place. Now, it's still a ways away, but this is a classic low. A Texas low is going to develop to our south and west, stay south in the area, and once we have cold air in play, then we're susceptible to the precipitation being snow. This is the mid-range European model, showing some snow in as we go into Tuesday at 5 p.m. So if that verifies the low stays to our south, and areas there in pink indicate some sleet as we go into Tuesday. So we'll have to watch Monday night, Tuesday, and then perhaps the commute on Wednesday morning. So we're thinking about an alert day for Tuesday. And then Wednesday we're out, and then the winds will shift out of the southwest. Here's the GFS. All right, this is Sunday. The first system clears. Now you see the northwesterly winds. So we're going to have the cold air that's going to be locked in play going into system number 2. This is Sunday at 3. And all right, I'm going to zip this along Monday afternoon. And then this is Monday night. This is an earlier solution. I should have flipped them, but this is Monday night, showing generally all snow, maybe a close call for Ohio, Muhlenberg counties as we go into Monday night. So based on what I'm seeing here, if this would verify, if we have more consensus going forward, still a ways away yet, you can see a winter weather advisory and that potential for a few inches of snow. This takes us into Tuesday night, or Tuesday morning, my mistake, Tuesday at 5 a.m. And then at Tuesday at 1 o'clock, it kicks out. So we'll grab the 7-day full. So a couple of systems that we're concerned with, the more potential where we could see all snow and have winter impacts across the area would be Tuesday. So I'm going to take this full and I'll show you the whole 7-day where I'm out of the way. Again, happy Thanksgiving on behalf of everybody here at 14 WFIE. Happy Thanksgiving. The first system Saturday, rain mixing with a little snow. I think snow earlier, then it goes over to all rain. Keep in mind temperatures will be below freezing Saturday morning, so we'll have to keep an eye on those areas, those Illinois counties north of Interstate 64. Tuesday, an opening line of a 60% chance of snow. I could come back tomorrow and the low could be well to our south, and all the snow would stay outside of our viewing area, or it could move in a way that it would just bring rain. But right now, a possible alert day coming on Tuesday. And that's just to give you a big heads up. It's not pinned to a snow forecast or anything like that, but it's cold enough to support some snow over that time as we go into next week. Linnea, Andrea, good morning to you. I'm going to look here for a few seconds here. I'm going to leave the 7-day up there and let that marinate for a moment. If you have any questions, if you're traveling from anywhere, hopefully I can go back. Maybe I can go back and just reset the maps for a moment, because we do have a few folks on. I wanted to show you that winter storm watch again during that time frame. Joe, Pamela, hopefully I got that right. Thanks for tuning in. There's a look at the Thanksgiving Day forecast if you're tuning in here at 39. And here's a look at the winter storm watch. That winter storm watch kicks in Friday night and goes until Sunday morning up to our north. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Michael Fecka is going to have new data coming in as he'll have a look coming up at 4, 5, 6, and 10. And I will tomorrow morning at this time frame. So that's the latest on that. Generally concerns Friday night and then into Sunday morning, and then we have some snow potential Monday night, Tuesday, perhaps Wednesday morning of next week. So I'll grab that full again. I wanted to leave the 7-day up there, but I don't have my button where I can advance to that. Have a super happy Thanksgiving. We will talk to you soon. We'll have more on Facebook and our 14 First Alert weather app, and we'll talk to you soon.